Check.
Check.
Yeah,
there we go. That looks better. Pretty. All right. Hey, everybody. Hey, you want to try this again?
Gibby, how many people attended the football game last Friday night?
I'm going to say about 4,000.
7-0, baby. Woo!
Live from the Justin Livestream Network studios, Scrib and Gib.
The victory position.
Hey, that's what it came down to. Another victory by your New Richmond Tigers. That's what I heard. 4,000 people. I asked Austin, I'm like, on Saturday about how many he thought. Based, he had to go check. Somebody thought about 4,000. He asked me if that passed my eye test. I said, it passed mine. 2,300 in the stands. And the kids had that thing packed to the gills, man.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, that student section is about as full as it was like they were going to spill over the top.
Yeah, and people were wrapped all the way around and up on the hillside. Moose over there just dialing in the hillside. What a night. Let's not forget about that. What a night. Beautiful, beautiful weather. But how about the game? Gibby, your New Richmond Tigers are 7-0 leading the Big Rivers. What do you got to say?
Proud of them. I mean, they showed up. I said it several times on the feed. I'm like, gosh, sometimes those homecoming games can be a bit of a trap game because you're very distracted throughout the week. And not to mention, we're coming off beating the number one team ranked in the state in their division. So it's like, okay, we get over that mental kind of hurdle there, and then all week long of all the fun stuff that they were able to partake in, and then Friday night to come focused. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm so proud of them. So proud that I wore my jersey today.
Yeah, I see that. Let's talk about that thing. I mean, Moose, you see that? It barely fits him.
He tried to fit into it, which is nice.
Moose, did you get that special camera that puts 30 pounds on in the camera? Because that's about what it looks like. Right here. Holy moly.
Well, that's an old-time jersey.
32 years old this thing is.
Yeah, look at the old Tiger over there.
Look at that. 32 years.
The old school Tiger.
Old school Tigers. Got the mesh.
Yeah, that is pretty.
Did you wear that with no shirt on underneath?
See on the back?
Gibson.
Yeah. No, with no shirt on?
Yeah.
No, I always wear a shirt because the straps
the pads were
rubbed you
different back
terrible.
then.
Remember, our pads were not like the pads they had. I can't imagine how nice these pads got to be right now that they have.
Well,
I know Cooper never. This is 5 years ago already, but he never wore a shirt underneath his.
What I think is crazy though is like Bennett's jersey at home. It's like you look like it's going to be too small for Graceland for crying out loud.
Right, exactly.
Now you look. I mean, that thing there. That's what I remember.
A lot of people get. That sucked, man. They grab on that and slow you down. And
who's okay? Not to bring this up early, but who's Green Bay's player that had a couple interceptions yesterday?
Xavier McKinney.
McKinney. What's funny about bringing up the sleeves, he wears the old school loose sleeves as a DB or safety, whatever he is. So it's like to see that, it struck me as odd.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I mean, Gibby brings his Tiger pride today.
Yeah.
So
Gibby brings his A game.
We've been waiting to do this. You win the first annual Scrib and Gib podcast Tiger Pride Award.
Yeah. There we go.
Yay.
I mean, probably the first time he's ever won an award in his life, Moose.
Maybe.
All right, well, let's just jump right in and recap this thing. I mean, it was a fabulous night, like we said. And let's just say it. The Tigers jumped out right away.
Yeah.
Big interception by big number 44, Trevor Solon. I mean, that was kind of the game setter, the tone setter right there. I mean, that interception was huge, right? And then to have come down there and score. And the guy who was dropping dimes the whole night, Nick Starrett, holy moly.
Yeah, several people had come up to me and said, man, that Starrett looked amazing on Friday night. And I said, yeah, he did. He was dropping dimes for sure. And even there was a couple of them that should have been caught still.
Yeah.
So should have been even better night.
And I think what is really fun, we've talked about it on the cast, the podcast, on the live stream as well, right, Moose? But just think about the progression from week 1 to week 7, right? We kind of talked about it again, like week 1 to week 2, we started to see it. We talked about, hey, can you watch tape? What's it like, right? But I am telling you, what we're seeing right now, I mean, he played phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I just think what's exciting now about this is think of what's on tape for other teams to watch. They've been seeing our running game, right? And they've been seeing, the quarterback play isn't the best, but, if you watch week 1 or week 2, week 3, you got a little better, right? But, I mean, now, holy man, he is putting balls where only our guys can catch. right? And what I mean by that, it's not just he's not throwing interceptions. No, there's only one guy could catch that one to Kredovics or the one to Eckert. Like it was perfect. And if Eckert doesn't catch it or Ani diving for one, if that's a half a foot farther, that's a touchdown too. I mean, he's playing really, really well. And it's just fun to watch. I mean, I feel like he's in a groove.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I am. And this Friday should be nice weather too. It's supposed to be really, really nice on Friday night. So hopefully we get a good, calm night and we can spin the rock, throw it. But another thing too, when you talk about watching film, we opened up our running backs this week.
Yeah.
So that was awesome, seeing them catch out of the backfield like that. Several, I'm just thinking right off the top of my head that I'm thinking of Hepner on that one. I believe it was 4th down. He caught it. He threw a dime split his one right there on his chest, and for the first down. And then Austin Whittick got that touchdown.
Big touchdown. That was a big 36-yard touchdown. That was nice, right? Like I think he turned around like, oh, there's the ball.
Yeah, it was 14 rip at the time too, right? And that just. I mean, it was the last thing that Menominee wanted to do was give up another 6 points.
Yeah, and that was right before half. Yep. So, and then remember we got the ball to start the second half, so that was exciting too. So, you're going to halftime up 21-0 feeling tons of confidence, right? Now, the one thing I kind of was interesting to me is when it was 27-0, right, we had an opportunity to really put it away at 34-0. We couldn't do it, right? But what's interesting is how they came out and sped it up.
Yeah.
And it was like you wonder – are they wishing could have they maintained that speed? I don't know, right?
Right.
I mean, they ended up scoring 14 points under 5 minutes. Obviously, Coach Reggie was already filtering other seniors and other players with a 27-zip lead. But it was kind of interesting how that speed was going. And I think I read the Hudson Observer today. Reggie kind of talked about that, right? Coach Larson said, "Hey, we got to get the end, right? You gotta close it out."
Yep.
And I think for Coach Larson, he would have liked to seen him closed out at 27 rip or at least 27-7 probably. But I think the key there is just how do you make sure you finish the game? And then for Menominee, though, is that something they got to go to? But maybe they couldn't maintain that speed either. I don't know. But but they got those two receivers.
We're good.
Yeah, and the quarterback, he's pretty good too. I think that was a really, really good test for our Tigers. And I think what's fun about that is see the different teams we've had to face this year, right? You think about some really run-heavy guys. Now we have the Hudson and we have River Falls with two big receivers. How we're able to battle that. Then you go up to Rice Lake, again, all about running. But their quarterback up there was really good. We just been able to take away what the other team is really good at, and then we're still able to compete very, very tough, and that's fun to see.
Absolutely. I mean, they were running the ball a little bit to start the game, and they were kind of gashing us a little bit. I think they had made some, obviously, adjustments like they always do, and then we shored up that running game. And then they were forced to pass, But like you said, I mean, they had two preferred walk-on Division I wide receivers. I mean, that doesn't happen very often. But I do think, them losing to us in that fashion, they barely lost, to my understanding, or they lose a little bit of a gap to Rice Lake.
I think it was 19.
19? Oh, so quite a
36 to, I'll look here quickly, actually.
So my point being is I think it'll bode well for them in the playoffs. I think they'll play well at the Division III level.
Yeah, I would agree, too. You're just looking through some of the stats here of, I got to see, that's game summary here. I was hoping to get the Menominee one. Menominee, they didn't put it in there, but they had over 300 yards. I mean, they were playing really well, but I just look at what our guys did. Again, Nick Stelright, 12 and 19, 187 yards, 3 TDs. I mean, Moose, you couldn't ask for anything better.
You couldn't, the way that we played. It was fun to watch, and it was both sides of the ball that equally did it for us.
For sure.
I mean, we only had 158 yards rushing, but, I mean.
Yeah, but like Gibby said, our backs, what was our total yards? 158 yards rushing, but our backs, you guys just talked about 50 yards we got off of receiving from our two backs, and that was without any other plays. Yeah,
Hepner had 41 yards through the air, and Whittick had 36. Just a one.
Okay.
But our backs had 3 receptions.
There's 70 yards on top of 158 that our running backs did for us.
Yeah. So fun game. It was just a great atmosphere, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, what you love about all that is the homecoming, and you kind of talked about it. And it was kind of interesting how you kind of talked about the distractions of homecoming, right? Surprise, surprise, that was in the Hudson Observer by Coach Larson, too. Just kind of commented about it when, go enjoy it. Have fun. Do the powder puff. Do X, Y, and Z. But just give us your attention during practice.
Yeah.
Stay focused. Stay on the game. And definitely the kids did it. And, just even the next day talking to him, specifically talking to Bennett, just they're just even keeled.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to see those kids, and I'm like, you could have a little bit more excitement, but
Especially
hey,
coming off a 2-pick game. Come on, man.
but just however you guys want to do it, I guess.
Yeah.
As long as just keep
going.
winning. Well, let's look to the future here now. I mean, that's the thing, right? Now, by the standings of the Big Rivers, right? We're in it. We're 7-0 right now, 5-0 in the Big Rivers. You know, at the end of the day, it's all about the Tigers doing their job. Rice Lake is a game behind us. Now, we do have the crossover game with Wisconsin Rapids this week. Not a very tough opponent, but you can't let your guard down, right?
Yeah, these are trap games coming up because you can't look ahead. That's what's going to be tough with the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, I would totally agree. And then you end up with Superior. Now, both of those teams have not won at all this year. So I think you can't look ahead. You can't look ahead, right? I think you just kind of talked about that. But with Wisconsin Rapids, they are a team that they run a little bit and they pass a little bit, and that's about it. I mean, their stats are not very good, but I think it'll be good for the Tigers to go out, jump out on top right away. We are, we're ranked third right now. We are the number 3 team in the state. Show us who we are. 28 zip at half, maybe 35 zip going into the third quarter, and then, hey, let some of those other boys play, right? And rest a few guys. It'll be fun to see.
Yeah, and I know that the stats aren't updated, I don't think, from statewide, at least on this website. Maybe they are. It'd be nice to see how many yards Heppy needs to get 1,000. Maybe that could be a goal that you have for this. Sometimes you get to set goals like that, right? Like, okay, 0-7 team coming into our place. This should be something that we can take care of business on, but you don't want to ask Alabama.
Yeah.
Past Vandy. So that's just it's the facts of life, and they're high school kids.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing too. Like you said, you just got to play your game. You can't think about the next opponent. You can't think about playoffs. You just got to do what you've been doing all year and just go play the game. He's at 767 yards right now on the year rushing. So
I thought he had that last week.
No, 7 games, 767.
Oh, okay.
So over 100 yards.
So
a
it
game
is
he's at.
updated.
Yep.
Okay.
Because we've only played 7 games.
No, I'm just saying updated on here. So because that's not true. I'm just looking at this thing.
Oh.
So Aiden Eckert though, almost 500 yards receiving so far this year. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Followed by Alex Ani with $133. It looks like.
Yeah, and then you got Whittick with 471 too. So we got some guys that this is kind of like last year when Hepner had about that, and Burke was just hitting his stride last year as we got into the last couple games in the playoffs game. Like he went on a roll, obviously. So yeah, it'll be fun. I would have love to see you happy get another couple 100 yards or 100 and some yards, and then go into the last conference game with the opportunity to break 1,000 for the year. It'd be great to see.
Yeah.
He's had a great season. But again, I think you go back to the defense, right? The defense has to come out and do their thing, just play tough, and ideally, right? Let's go get a shutout.
Yeah.
Let's go get a shutout, and then look towards Superior and get that one cleaned up as well.
Yeah, that's one thing about our D. They just played so tough, and whether it be they just keep stepping up to the challenge. Us facing possibly two Division I wide receivers and shutting them down for the most part. They got those 2 late touchdowns and with people subbing in and out. But man, that I was actually looking at something today, and because the buzz is obviously really starting to pick up here in Richmond. We were talking about how New Richmond has never, to our knowledge, so if anybody listens to this and to prove us wrong, please let us know. But we've never entered the playoffs undefeated ever. So all 3 years when I was here, we went to the playoffs, and state that year we had 1 loss going into it. And then somebody sent this today. This was an interesting one. Back in 2011, they thought that they may have done that. So they sent it over, and they ended up losing. But in that year, I thought this was interesting, is when they had Prescott, Somerset, Ellsworth, Amory, Osceola was in there, in Rice Lake. Nope, Rice Lake was not in their conference. They just played them twice that year. But anyways, so from a stretch, from the 4th game, so 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, so 4 games in a row, they never allowed them to score a point.
Oh, wow.
So it'd be interesting to go back to our stats now. You got to kind of make some of this stuff. You know what I mean? If you're facing people that you should take care of business, you got to set these types of goals just so you have something to shoot for.
Yeah, just think about, we had talked about, I think, in one of the podcasts too, Moose, I think you had brought it up, like, it's tough to go undefeated in the Big Rivers right now. And we had talked about it, thinking about it, how good Rice Lake is, how good Hudson is, potentially River Falls. And hey, I'm not afraid to say it. I didn't think we'd be sitting here at 7-0 to start the season. I'm not afraid to say
I
it.
had
But
somebody ask me today, like, how good is Big Rivers this year? And it's like, well, you still have to look at Rice Lake got bumped up from Division 3 to Division 2 for points reasons.
Yep.
They were still ranked in Division 2. And then you have to look at River Falls. They were ranked when we played them.
Yep.
Then you look at
Menominee's ranked.
Menominee was ranked in Division 3.
Yeah,
in
I mean,
the
I think you
Rivers.
go right down. I think you go Hudson, River Falls, Rice Lake, Menominee.
Yeah, you think the gauntlet we did too, right?
Right.
That's the thing. Chip
always
Hudson.
plays tough. I don't
Chip,
care.
Hudson,
Rico's always
River
going to put a
Falls.
team out there. He's going to be a 500 team every year.
Right.
Yeah.
Which means if 500 teams, that's a crapshoot if you go and have a bad game.
Yeah. And and in ours, as far as I can, the stands, we don't talk about all the games, but how are we doing versus that other conference? Aren't we doing very, very well?
Oh,
DC Evers took it to one of us. I can't remember who it was. I thought
Hudson,
they beat.
wasn't it?
Yeah, they beat him.
No. DC Evers beat River Falls.
River Falls. Yep, that's what it was. And then we're like, ooh, but it has been.
Yeah.
I think we've been slaughtering that side so far. With the
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
anyways,
I'm just excited to go see. The gauntlet is over. We talked about it, but now you still got to go win your games.
Yep.
And I think you called it out. You got to win, like you said, Gibby, right? Win and show everyone what you can, who you are, what you can do.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for a big game. Senior night, last home regular season game.
it is.
Everybody,
It is.
it's gonna be a beautiful night. It's gonna be just perfect. So I'm excited for senior night. Obviously for Bennett, but for all of them, right? All these kids are close to me. Coached them in a lot of things. It'll be a fun night.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Which amazes me, Moose, how they're so good in football.
You know
what I mean?
Yeah,
All that
their baseball
coaching,
and
that
basketball
script.
coach will tell you that.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right, look at that. Moose is already up there with the predictions this week.
Hey, there we go.
All right, so Moose, what are you going?
I'm going 35-7.
35-7.
I think we're going to get up early. We might let off a late game touchdown.
Okay.
We're going to let off the gas a little bit just because what you guys said. We're going to get to the second half, and we're going to get some JV players in. We're going to get some second stringers in, get them some stuff. Next man up type of thing.
Cool.
All right, what do you got, Gibby?
I got 42 rip. I think we're going to go we're going to be fired up. I think Reggie's been doing a great job of firing up the Warriors all the time. So I think he's going to have their heads together.
The Warriors?
Warriors, I mean like fighting back.
Oh, okay.
I know
All
we're
right.
Tigers.
I know
Jeez,
you hang out with
bleed.
Kip once in a while, but whoa.
Yeah, whoa.
And I think it'll be a bloodbath. But
Well, you kind of stole my thunder, but I'm going 45-7.
okay.
I'm hoping for a shutout, but we could potentially see a lot of young kids getting in.
Yeah, I hope
sometimes
so.
something,
That,
but,
I mean, that's one of the goals that you need to have for that game.
Yeah, 100%. So there it is. Moose with 35-7, Gibby with 42 zip, and Scrib here with 45-7. So should be a fun one.
Before we move on, who was closest last week? Not that I would ask because it must have been me. It was me. 28-7. Guys, it was 27-14. It really should have been 27-7.
Well, I said 35-14, so I was dead on one.
Didn't I say? I said 28-14.
20. So we were all pretty
I
close.
said 20-20. I was trying to cheat over here.
So we were all pretty close.
I would have, all
All
right, what do you got? Talk about the volleyball. What do you got there, Gibby?
Oh gosh, we had a really good tournament, Dig Pink tournament this weekend. The Tigers made it to the gold bracket, and they did lose to both teams in the gold bracket, but they did play Eau Claire North that has our number for some reason, and you were there.
Yeah.
And I think we were beating them by 6 or 7 points. They come back, beat us in that set. Then we get into the second set, and the similar thing was happening again. But the Tigers pulled it off. So my point to that being, we're getting better. We beat North, then we played them obviously up to 15, and they got us at the end. And in that one, I think we were up in the third set because you only go 3 sets, if I'm not mistaken.
9-4,
I think
you
it was
said?
9-4. We were up in the third set to win it, and we ended up losing it. So we easily could have beat Eau Claire North. Then we played a really good Barron team. And it's crazy because you think small towns like Barron and Grantsburg and all that, but man, St. Croix Falls won it last year for their division. They just do such a nice job in those smaller towns.
Yeah.
And they're tough. And Barron beat Eau Claire North, and then we faced them, and we beat them in the second set. And then we played them again to the third. And I want to say it was something like 15-10 or something, and wasn't real tight in the third set. But the Tigers played tough. And I want to say the first set that they lost was right down, was like 25-23 or something like that. So it's awesome. It's fun to see. We're getting so much better. A lot of girls played too, which was great.
They've been playing a lot of girls all year, haven't they?
Yeah, they're trying to figure some stuff out. Just moving some kids around.
Don't usually say that this late in the season. I just feel like they just don't know because there's a lot of equal players.
Well, very equal in that, and then they're just trying to figure some stuff out too. I mean, you've got 5-1, 6-2. You got, is this girl hot? Is that girl hot?
What's the rhythm? And they don't think they just
they're just trying
rhythm.
to find it out. Yeah. So, and I'm okay. I mean, it stinks not being, not winning a ton of matches this year. So I do believe that the record does not really show how close we've been. But they're just still trying to figure stuff out. So, I mean, but they're getting much better. So it's really fun to watch.
Yeah, it was a really fun. I stopped in, saw the Eau Claire game, and they were winning all three, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what was fun though is Eau Claire's a good team. I mean, they really, really are.
They're scrappy.
They are very, very
defense.
scrappy, but just the constant growth of the girls is fun to watch, and you get to see them getting better. And I would say I would kind of agree with you. I don't know if it's growing pains as much as it is, coaches and just getting the girls to understand how to win, right? Like they have won. Like I think that one set against North was huge, right?
Right.
And they could be an interesting team in the playoffs if depending on matchups and they knock a few teams off because they play tough.
I know.
And they're just getting better and better every week, right? So it'll be fun. What else you got over there, Gibby, on Google Box?
What do we at the Google Box here? We also had the girls varsity tennis took down Regis 4-3. Tight one there, but came out victorious. And then I do believe the Tigers were in action at Troyburn. Troyburn. Girls tennis competed there.
Girls golf, you mean?
What did I say? Girls tennis.
Yeah, you did.
Girls golf. Sorry, gang. So I do believe Sam
made it, yeah.
Sam made it to, which is today. So she's in sectionals today, unfortunately.
Oh, that's already today?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
that's a quick turnaround.
It is. So unfortunately, as a team, they weren't able to make it. But Sam, hopefully she shot well today. I'm sure that's.
Do you know where regionals are at or sectionals?
Yeah, it said, I just looked at it. No, it was the high. There it is. Where are we?
Boy, he's got his
I even got my cheaters on. I still can't find it. A Hiawatha Golf Club.
Oh.
So
that's Eau Claire, I believe, right?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So hopefully Sam did well today.
Oh, that's exciting. It's exciting. And then the boys soccer, they played on Thursday?
Tuesday. No.
Thursday.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they won, I believe, right?
Yep.
So that's exciting. So
I think who they played was it? No, they played Tuesday. Then volleyball was Thursday. Boy, I can't remember. They played Rice Lake, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was awesome. So we swept every sport won their match in homecoming week.
Oh, that's perfect.
Every sport did. And even volleyball, I didn't know this. They never lost a set from freshman all the way through. Never lost a set on any of the games from freshman.
Oh, during homecoming.
When we played Menominee.
On Thursday.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I was
kudos,
like,
I want to give a shout out to the administration on what they've done for homecoming in Richmond. I think the last 3 years it's really grown, after COVID. I think, one thing I always noticed was New Richmond football. You go to the football game and homecoming and people are coming out and great. But, man, I feel like after COVID, our administration really took off with what homecoming can be in the high school.
Yeah, wasn't the homecoming of COVID season or the season right after? I can't remember what it was, but our volleyball team was away, our soccer team was away or something.
Yeah.
And now everything is home.
I know that first
awesome.
year Austin came in, he tried to finagle as much as he could for that first year he was here, which he inherited a schedule, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, he tries to make sure everything's at home. It's homecoming. I think the participation with the administration is fun to watch.
The principal was out there with the mic with the
powder puff.
Yeah,
you
it was
got
great. He had a trophy.
Not just principal.
Dr. Miller was the official.
Our superintendent's out there, and we needed an official, so he
something.
jumped in on the south field for the championship game. So
do you know why?
Stuff
right?
like that.
They needed a doctor.
The doctor.
To dial up the victory.
I'm sure
the victory.
He's going to be loving that we're calling him Dr. Miller because he loves that name.
That's his name,
Hey,
Dr. Miller.
He'd rather go by
nothing
Troy.
past us here.
Well, it's on his signature, so it's Dr. Miller to me.
So great, I would say successful homecoming in the Tiger.
Yeah, and you think about it, there's something going on every night, right? You had from volleyball on Sunday night, and then it just progressively grew, and it was great. And I think you're starting to see the community too, right?
Yeah.
And, businesses uptown were all painted up by the kids on Sunday. And
it was just a different feel this year. You see the businesses painted once in a while, but like they all were. The feel was fun. And then, like you said, something going on every night, where it's Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. And then on top of it, we had probably the nicest weather I've ever seen for homecoming. I mean, every night I was it was either walking into the gym for volleyball, the 3 nights I was at the Tiger Stadium, and it's like, this is absolutely beautiful for the first week in August. Or October, sorry.
August? Woof. It's crazy, right? It's 3 guaranteed games left, guys, for football.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know,
it's
3
October.
guaranteed, and that's it, man. One game
crazy.
at a time.
Yeah.
And volleyball's got 1 or 2 weeks left, and then that's it. And it's
then
crazy.
Playoffs start for that.
I think soccer starts sooner than later for tournament as well.
We actually play. We play Hudson this week, I believe.
Oh, they're good.
Yep,
They're really good, and they
They're
got
a very good team.
They are ranked. I can actually look.
They
that
were
up.
5th last week, and they took down River Falls quite easily. So
Right, they might even be higher. That's a good.
Yeah,
point,
they're
Mosey.
good. They're good. So that's gonna be a fun week. Well, let's get into who's gonna win that game again? Wisconsin or Purdue?
Wisconsin was going to win.
Yep.
But they had to score
I'm
14.
going to take 13, but
13
the
it was.
team can't even score 13.
Well, hey, I'm not. That wasn't that far off the truth, folks.
But
not that far off the truth.
I was talking to Gibby on Saturday, and you know what he told me? He goes, "Well, I was a win-win. It didn't matter." So that's how he's going to bet. I'm just going to bet against Wisconsin every week because I don't care. Because when they win, and it's great, right?
No, I'm smart enough not to do that because then you would be losing money. The whole point of gambling, Scrib, is to win money. So no, I would not do that.
Here, we put it on the screen the best there. Just don't listen to Gibby's picks. They suck.
Yeah. Well, we will be, gang. We will
You
be
were
bringing
0
back
for
the
3.
Parrot.
And when I even texted you that, I'm like, you weren't 0 for 3. 2 got annihilated. Like, you didn't even have a chance of looking at your money.
I can't wait for us to actually start this.
Georgia, you would have been sitting there like.
This is just a warm-up. We're just warming up. I haven't even started doing any, real true research.
No, but
and then I'm going to start turning this thing around. And we got Parrots picks, too, coming up.
Yeah,
so
well, we want Parrot back after looking at your picks.
and we did check out Parrot's picks. I think he was 2 and 1, so that's
okay.
Cool. What about? You got to talk.
I didn't even watch the game.
What is the record of your team, Moose?
I don't know. Are they 5-0 or something like that?
He just
Whatever.
He just
Hey,
I don't
we
even
got to
know.
get PJ in, too.
yeah. Should we call him?
Well, I don't know. He's probably busy. He's probably still running down
Yeah.
that thing after beating USC.
Did you see how he celebrated that? We're gonna call him. We'll have him on. Let's do that. Let's call him with the Parrot, and we'll have him on that one because he looked like a clown jumping around. I just can't. I can't do it.
I actually watched part of that game.
So did I. That's how bored I was Saturday night.
Hudson is 5th.
Yeah,
21 and 0 they haven't. That is
Yeah, they're
crazy.
tough.
That's a lot of games, number 1, but number 2, that's tough to take. That's tough to win every game.
21 and 0.
Yeah.
Wow.
Every match.
But I think that's the exciting thing, though. You got area teams that are just clicking right now, and you're getting down to that. It's October, right? So the baseball playoffs are going on right now, and it's not quite playoff vibe for high school sports. Well, a couple there is, but
Right.
when you start getting volleyball, soccer, and football, the vibe is there. It's playoff. It's just a little colder. It's fun, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's fun. And the nice thing is we got one of the top teams in the area right now, right here in town, baby.
I tell
Yeah,
you what.
alma mater.
gonna
Alumni
do it.
right here. Number 20, Travis Gibby Kipson. Jeez. Well, what about you? Got anything about your pack? I think
Well,
Yeah,
it
what's
was
their
a
record?
3-2.
3-2.
3-2. We're right there, buddy.
It was a
What are
good
the
game.
Vikings?
5 and 0.
Okay, sorry. I didn't hear
Look
you
at
guys
that
the first
smirk over
I
there.
know.
He's trying to. We're gonna do a
Hey,
little.
but you did lose Jones. I don't know for how long he hurt his hip or
Oh,
something.
there's a surprise.
Yeah, Aaron Jones. Yeah, getting hurt. So that is going to hurt. But yeah, it was a good game. I thought it was a really good game. I'm still amazed that Xavier McKinney has 5 interceptions in 5 games. Absolutely. What's the record
And
of how many games in a row you get a pick? And then he had a fumble recovery too. And a
I
big hit.
don't know, but he's playing well, and he should have another one too potentially. I mean,
Yeah,
he
hit
is-
him in the hands.
He's playing well. So, but I think the thing with the pack is they're getting back into it now with Jordan Love. He looked a lot better yesterday. Had a little off-field
Oof.
controversy there with Romeo Dobbs. Who knows who'll be back, but it is what it is, right? And Jaden Reed though is ridiculous.
That catch he made,
yeah,
incredible. You didn't see it, Moosey.
I don't watch football.
yeah, but he's good. And that stat they threw up there a couple weeks ago about him and Tyreek Hill,
Yeah,
that was crazy.
I know.
How many big explosive plays he's had.
Yep.
So
No,
yeah.
he's awesome. No, but it was good. It was a good win. Got a little bit of a nail biter there towards the end, but it was good.
Yeah, it was good. It's what we wanted to see. All right, what else you got to cover there, Moose? Anything else over there?
Coming from over in this seat? Not really. I heard the WNBA starts up soon. I have
The
no clue.
WNBA?
I have no clue.
The WNBA is in playoffs right now. The NBA does start up, and so does hockey.
I'm just giving you guys a hard time. I have
My
no clue.
words. The WNBA starts now. We got num over there. All right. Well, that's it then, huh?
Yeah.
All right, I'm Scrib.
And I'm Gib.
And we
got
got Moose on the loose.